What's up guys, my name is Alex and welcome to another Wynonna Earp recap video where I recap the episode of Wynonna Earp that just aired. That was awkward. Why did I make that so awkward? So if you guys are new here, I just recap the most recent episode of Wynonna Earp, so just a heads up, if you guys have not seen it, I would probably recommend watching it first because there's going to be so many spoilers. And yeah, pretty much I just fangirl and squeal a lot. There's usually a lot of squealing, especially when it comes to Wynonna Earp. Alright, so let's just get into this week's episode, which is Season 2, Episode 3. So I know what the opening scene is, but I just want to give you guys a heads up. This video is going to be so all over the place because I want to sort of hit points, not like sort of go in order of how the episode went. I don't know. I don't know. My mind is just like still confungled about this episode, and I kind of just wanted to go all over the place. So just bear with me. Just a heads up, we'll probably get to WayHaught last again because like I said last time, once I start with WayHaught, it's probably, there's no coming back from that. Alright, so with that being said, I want to start off with Perry, and sort of this episode's bad guy. Yeah, so at first, obviously we thought Perry was a bad guy because he was acting seedy as truck. Yeah, but it turns out he was not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I thought Perry was like the scarecrow, but obviously I thought he had something to do with it. But, I mean, he did, but he was just like trying to not die from the scarecrow thing. But yeah, like I said, the big bad of this episode was the scarecrow. Kind of creepy. But yeah, it was literally just, he granted these football players a wish, and they got literally anything they wanted. For 10 years, and then they got to die. Yeah, I feel like, you know, in theory it sounds like a great idea, but then, you know, like you see, 10 years isn't really that long. Like, they're 27 and then their life is over. They're getting murdered. Not so great. But I really did like Perry, and I was kind of hoping that Perry would, like, come in and, like, be like a regular. Like, there's so many characters that they're introducing this season, like Eliza and all these other people that like they're introducing as just sort of like episode guest stars that like I'm like I would really like to see more of them. Like, I would have liked to see Perry be like a regular person because he was like, I don't know, I just like him. I just like all the people on this show, like even guest stars, and it makes me sad when it's sort of like they just go off and do their own thing, or in the case of Eliza, gets fucking shot. But yeah, I liked Perry. Unfortunately, him and Wynonna don't, I don't know, Wynonna's relationship with him throughout the episode, I loved. She was like, so attracted to the dysfunctional, like, just messed up part of him, which was very funny to watch. But yeah. They kissed and there wasn't so much chemistry there, which was unfortunate. But yeah, I really did like Perry in the end, and I was kind of sad that it wasn't going to go anywhere. But like I said in my reaction, oh, FYI, if you want to go see a live reaction to this episode, I did a live reaction on my Patreon. But anyway, like I said in my Patreon, my reaction, I really don't think Wynonna needs any more love interests because she's got so many. And I honestly ship her with all of them. I ship her with dolls. I do adore dolls, which we'll get to in a minute. I ship her with Doc. I love Doc so much. Probably like my favorite male character on a TV show. Like that, I honestly cannot think of a male character that I've loved as much as Doc. I just adore him so much. Anyway, and I totally shipped her with Perry, but, you know, then she didn't really have chemistry when they kissed. Anyway, point is, I don't think Wynonna needs any more love interest, because she's honestly shippable with anyone. She can have, like, chemistry with anyone if she wanted to, I reckon. But yeah, let's move over to the scarecrow dude. I think Waverly said his name, but is some crazy name, and I couldn't remember it. So we'll just stick with Scarecrow. He was creepy as creepy as fuck. I'm gonna say it. I don't know why I'm trying to censor myself right now. But so he was able to control people's minds, and all. Was it just control people's minds, or did he? I don't think. Like, I feel like he had sort of what's the word? How they can like move stuff? It's not telepathy, is it? That's like mind reading. It's like something with a T, maybe. Because like he threw Nicole across like the station, like over a desk and stuff like that. And I don't think like he did that mentally, you know, like telling her to throw herself over a desk. I mean, he could have, but it kind of looked like she was being forced to, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so he had some cool powers. But in the end, they captured him instead of killing him because Doc needed the blood of like a live demon to complete the medicine that he and Rosita are making for dolls in that little laboratory under the Shorty's bar, which was cool. So that was interesting. Yeah, like I said last week's recap video, I didn't really know what they were doing down in that laboratory, but someone pointed out that they're probably making medicine for dolls, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And it was true. They're making medicine, and they needed the blood of like an alive demon, which the Scarecrow came in handy for. Okay, alright, so onto like the rest of the episode, because like the rest of the episode I've got like, there's like lots of theories and things that are popping up now, which like is getting me, my mind is like ticking and I'm trying to like process my thoughts, so I don't know where to jump to next. Let's jump to Needly, because I love Needly so much, though I thought he was a bit of a dick at one point in this episode where he let go of Tucker, and it was like boys will be boys, and I'm like, what? And then Nicole was awesome as always, but I was questioning Needly for a little bit there, but then he came through at the end. I just adore Needly so much. I love that he's like he's so on Nicole's side, like secretly though, like he didn't really want to let Nicole know that he's totally on her side, but you know, at the end of this episode, he tells like Nicole that he wants her to be sheriff when he retires, and I love it. And he's also got like this file that he's got set up for Tucker already, like he's playing the long game with him, and Tucker is interesting. Tucker and oh god, what was the other sister's name? The Gardeners. I feel like actually going to play a bigger role in this season, which is terrifying because Tucker is creepy as fuck and I hate him so much. But yeah, I loved the conversation at the end with Needly and Nicole. Nicole, I feel like we're getting a new uniform from Nicole next episode, which I'm so excited for. Because I feel like if it's the uniform that we've been seeing in like the promo pics, I love this new uniform. I'm so excited for it. Quickly on to Wynonna and Rosita. I'm excited to see more of Rosita because I adore her. I think she's super hot. And I'm excited to see where she's going to be placed in the story. Like, so far, we've only seen her really interact with Doc. We've seen a tiny bit of interaction with her and Wynonna this episode. Wynonna was not too pleased with her and Doc, which was very entertaining. I love that, like, Wynonna's, like, first, like, impressions is always, like, the boobs. I enjoy that about Wynonna a lot. Let's get on to the Gardeners, the siblings. So we'd seen Mercedes the episode before. We got introduced to her, and then we got introduced to Tucker this episode, and the second sister. Oh my god, I'm like totally blanking on the sister's name. I'm sure we'll find out more about them. But this is sort of where it gets interesting, because I loved Mercedes so much, and I was totally, again, Wynonna is like shippable with everyone, but I was totally shipping Mercedes and Wynonna, because like, let's be real, Mercedes had the hots for Wynonna, like, I will accept nothing else. But we got some creepy shit happening with Tucker, like, more than him just like filming up chick skirts, which is just gross, but he might actually have something to do with the possible big bad this season, those chicks in black. Ooh, they're creepy as hell. So clearly, Mercedes is a fan of the Earps, and was trying to stick up for them, and then Tucker's like, if you're dead, then I get, like, all my money. Like, I don't have to wait until 21 and stuff like that. Which was, like, a really weird sentence to say. And then, literally, like, seconds later, she dies, and I'm like, okay, that's not a coincidence. There's no way that can be a coincidence, right? So, it kind of feels like Tucker, I'm not sure about the second sister, but it definitely feels like Tucker may have something to do with these ladies in black. We still don't know who they are. There was a lot of people, well, there's a couple people in the comment section of my last recap video that said that there's 2 ladies in the introduction for season 2 and their faces get scratched out. And people were saying that they could be the ladies in black, but we still don't know who those ladies are. Which was, I love that theory. I do. I love it so much. And I'm very curious to see where these ladies in black come from, what they're doing, what they want. Yeah, I'm nervous and like creeped out, but I'm really excited for seeing where that goes. Let's get on to Waverly, Nicole, Wynonna. Actually, let's start off with Wynonna and Nicole. I am excited to see more of them, like some more tension from them, especially in like next week's episode, because I feel like Emily tweeted that next week Wynonna definitely finds out about Waverly. But this week we saw Nicole sort of confiding in Wynonna and asking if she has sense that Waverly's acting different at all. And Wynonna, it's interesting because it's like she's so protective of Waverly. She just wants to protect and keep Waverly safe that she sort of is blind to Waverly as well. Like she is so protective of Waverly that she just like blocked Nicole's sort of questioning. She's like, what are you talking? No. Like obviously Waverly's acting a little bit differently, you know. Our sister just died. I just killed our sister. And so like she's kind of blind to Waverly's problems because she wants to protect her so much. And yeah, I don't know, it was really interesting and I loved it so much. But yeah, Nicole was having the worst day this episode and my heart went out for Nicole so much. She's obviously still feeling the tension with like not being included in the black badge, but that did get sort of I guess she found a little bit of purpose at the end there with Needley saying that he wants her to become sheriff, like he wants to train her up to become sheriff when he retires. So I think she found a bit of purpose in that. Wynonna is also she is worried that like I feel like she's got to have at least sense, even like subconsciously, maybe not consciously, but maybe subconsciously sense that Waverly's acting a little bit differently. But instead of like being, oh, what's going on with Waverly, it's like, this is Nicole's fault. Like, not so much pointing at Nicole, but like saying, you know, this is what happened with Champ. You know, you sort of ignored everything else just to hang around with Champ. So this is clearly what's happening again. You're just ignoring everything else to be with Nicole. Whereas it's not so much that as Goovily. But yeah, so definitely there was a hint that Wynonna senses that there's something off about Waverly, but she's not putting that blame on Waverly at all. She kind of needs to put the blame somewhere else. Which, like I said, I'm so excited to see this sort of unravel in the next episode. Wynonna finding out about Waverly. That's gonna be interesting. And we do see someone find out about Waverly at the end of this episode, which was Doles. We do see Doles back at the barn. He's still hurt, and he's trying to reach out to Waverly, but she's like giggling and just collecting shiny things in the barn. And then she goes all goovily, and he screams, and he's just like, what the fuck? So obviously he's gonna play a part in telling others about Goovily next episode. I'm so excited. Let's get on to WayHaught, because there's still some like individual Waverly stuff that I need to talk about, but we need to talk about WayHaught first because it sort of incorporates into that. So Cheerleading Waverly, we finally got to see Cheerleading Waverly at the start of this episode. I legit died. I don't know what to say. So yeah, Waverly is performing a private cheerleading show for Nicole. And she's like, I didn't know if this was your thing. Like, of course it's her thing, Waverly. Like, are you kidding me? There is not a single person on this planet that's not a thing for. I mean, maybe there is, but I don't know, man. I legit, like, for my Patreon supporters, and you guys are watching the reaction, when Wynonna came in, when, like, Waverly was doing, like, the air kick thing, and she had no underwear on, I couldn't. Oh my god, I couldn't. I love it. I just love it. It was such a great scene. The whole thing. It was so good. Okay, but onto how sort of individual Waverly and WayHaught mixes, because I want to talk about Gooverly for a second, because we got some interaction between Nicole and Gooverly, and we did get a clarification from Emily in an interview, I think that went up today, saying that there is a clear distinction between Waverly and Gooverly. Like in my last recap video, I was worried that Waverly, like it's more Gooverly imitating Waverly, like Waverly's not actually there. But Emily did say that we know when it's Waverly and when there's Gooverly. Like, there's two different people that we've seen in this season. So I'm really glad. So their first time was actually with Nicole and Waverly. Had nothing to do with Gooverly. Gooverly was not there at all. And I'm super happy about that. So we did sort of get a look into this sort of two different things, because we see Gooverly eating some lipstick that Wynonna hands back to her after she goes out on a date with Perry. And yeah, she eats the lipstick because Gooverly just likes to eat weird things apparently. But then we see later on in the episode that Waverly's asking for her lipstick back, and Wynonna's like, I gave it to you already. So we know that there's definitely two different people, Gooverly and Waverly. But we also know that Waverly doesn't remember anything that Gooverly does, which I guess is a kind of a blessing for her, because who would want to remember eating that spider? I would. So yeah, I'm glad that there is that distinction, that we do know when Waverly stops and Gooverly starts, right? But it definitely seems like Gooverly is influencing, like Gooverly's presence is definitely influencing on Waverly's behavior a little bit more. Like as time goes on, Gooverly's presence is becoming stronger, I guess, because in this episode you definitely saw Gooverly come out more and take control a lot more, especially when there were shiny things around. Like it seemed like Gooverly was able to take control a lot more often, a lot more powerful, and it's terrifying me because like what you can see Waverly sort of disappearing a little bit and Gooverly sort of making its presence more known. We definitely see this in like the scene where Waverly is going to go visit Nicole when she's working at the hockey game, and like Waverly, like she's looking sexy, okay? So yeah, she goes up to Nicole, and Nicole's like, oh, I'm still going to be here for a couple of hours, and sorry about that. And Waverly seems, just like in a good mood, but then like she sees a shiny thing, which Gooverly is obsessed with shiny things for some reason, and then Gooverly comes out and totally like attacks Nicole. Oh, my angsty heart. And Nicole is just like, what is that? You can't do that, like, when I'm in uniform. And, like, Nicole was angry, and Gooverly's just pissed at Nicole, like, not good enough. I was so mad at Gooverly. I was so mad. I'm so nervous for this reveal of Gooverly. I'm so nervous. So, yeah, I think that's my recap video for this episode. It was all over the place, I know, but, like, I'm getting so excited because we're obviously getting hints towards the big bad, obviously the ladies in black, and sort of maybe a connection to them and the gardeners. We also are getting more clues on what Gooverly is and how Gooverly lives, I guess. Like, I'm glad that we know that there is definitely, like, Waverly is definitely there, and we've seen Waverly, and we've seen Gooverly. Like, they're two different entities. I'm very glad that we sort of got that cleared, which makes their first time, like, I'm so happy now. Like, I was really nervous that, maybe Waverly, it wasn't Waverly, and that would have made that whole consent thing, like, even more heartbreaking. But we can just enjoy it. We can just enjoy it now, so I'm happy about that. I'm so excited for next week's episode. This season is just so good. I'm excited. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm gonna go. I feel like that's all I wanted to talk about. I feel like maybe. I would like to hear your thoughts, theories, maybe the ladies in black, what you guys are thinking on that. What you think's gonna happen with Gooverly, and yeah, I just want to know your thoughts. I'm so excited. I want to talk to everyone about Wynonna Earp because I just love it. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna edit this video, upload it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Yeah. Okay. Bye.